epic of Vyasa is not a literary masterpiece out there somewhere in the past or tucked away in air-conditioned museums and libraries. Its characters still walk the Indian streets, its animals populate our forests, its legends and myths haunt and inspire the Indian imagination. Its events are the disturbing warp and woof of our age. The essential Mahabharata is whatever is relevant to us in the second half of the 20th century. Whatever helps us understand and live better our own dharma, artha, kam, and moksha, faith, wealth, pleasure, and salvation. No epic, no work of art is sacred by itself. If it does not have meaning for me now, it is nothing. It is dead. The basic story, if the tale of the dynastic rivalry between the Pandava and Kaurava clans may be called that, has been so thoroughly the object of adaptation, interpolation, and reinterpretation that the Mahabharata, as we now have it, overflows with myths and legends of all sorts, didactic tales exalting the Brahmins, fables and stories which teach moral and existential lessons, bardic poetry extolling historical dynasties, and meandering digressions on everything from law to lechery and politics to philosophy. Whenever a particular social or political message was sought to be imparted to Indians at large, it was simply inserted into a retelling of the Mahabharata. The Bhagavad Gita itself is an example of such interpolation, having been included in the Mahabharata at some point in its evolution. As Rajaji dryly put it, interpolation in a recognized classic seemed to correspond to inclusion in the National Library. This elasticity through the ages adds to the timelessness of the epic's appeal. But Lal's earlier proposition raises a larger question. What exactly in the Mahabharata is relevant to us in the second half of the 20th century? Lal himself has an intriguing answer. The Ramayana is cited generally when ethical ideals are expected. The Mahabharata is referred to when compromises are made, shady deals struck, promises dishonored, battles fought, disasters lamented. This view is echoed by the French dramatist Jean-Claude Carrière, who wrote Peter Brook's international version of the epic. This immense poem Carrière wrote in 1985, which flows with the majesty of a great river, carries an inexhaustible richness which defies all structural, thematic, historical, or psychological analysis. Layers of ramifications, sometimes contradictory, follow up one another and are interwoven without losing the central theme. That theme is a threat. We live in a time of destruction. Everything points in the same direction. Emphasis added. Fair enough. In an India of erupting caste and communal conflict, terrorist and secessionist strife, police encounters, and an alarming daily toll of human lives, any work that speaks of a time of destruction cannot but be considered relevant. No wonder that so many contemporary poets, dramatists, and novelists writing in every Indian language have found inspiration in episodes of the Mahabharata. But the message is not a purely negative one. The events of the epic, as they unfold, offer other straws for drowning modern optimists to clutch. Rajaji saw the epic as pointing to the vanity of ambition and the evil and futility of anger and hatred. C.V. Narasimhan, then a senior United Nations official, went further, identifying a theme of peace and reconciliation in the Mahabharata, which had a special application in the days of the Cold War, and perhaps even more so today, as a hot peace littered with little wars has broken out at the end of the Cold War. While the late Professor Barbara Stoller Miller, Peter Brook's consultant on the play, declared that the purpose of the Mahabharata is to teach that good ultimately triumphs, even in a time of cosmic destructiveness, what do these contradictory exegeses suggest about the message of the Mahabharata in today's India? They reflect certainly the undeniable fact that the great epic, like many great epics, has the capacity to be all things to all men. Look at some of the issues the epic has been cited on in recent years. The great